All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right. When you buy a house, what kind of things are you looking for? An area close to a school, low crime rate, etc. Now, and good, somewhere affordable. Now, our topic is mandatory military service. Now, you might be wondering how that applies, but let's think about this for a second. With mandatory military service, we are creating a better area for the United States. There'll be lower crime, there'll be a better economic standing, and more people will have a chance for a better education. Now, let's begin by defining what our definition of mandatory military service is. We suggest that 18 to 25-year-olds, male and female, must serve 18 through 25-year-olds, I should say, any time between that period, must serve 1 year in any of the 5 branches of service. These branches are Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Air Force. The exceptions are people with disabilities or of any sort, mental disability or physical handicap. You would be excluded from this. Now, these people would have the chance and they would receive standard military payment between, if say you went in immediately after high school, then you would get payment as if you were private in the Army. Or if you decided that you wanted to wait on your service, you could go through your college and go in as an officer, and you would get standard lieutenant payment. The reasons for this are everyone deserves an equal shot at making money, and we're setting people up for later on in life. Because during your time in service, you will be receiving payment, you will be receiving education, and you will be receiving training. You will also be getting housing, and so you'll be getting room and board being your 3 meals. High schools in the United States have a 68% graduation rate, according to the higherdinfo.org. And with this graduation rate, it wouldn't matter. Everyone would have to do their time, and everyone would be having to get their education. The crime rate in America is the highest between people of the ages of 16 through 24. Through our mandatory military service, people will be receiving discipline, and crime rates would lower because of this. The United States has the highest murder rate in any of the modern countries of the world. Out of countries with conscription, another word for mandatory military service, 8 out of 20 have the lowest murder rates in the world. And with this, people will be less crime because of this discipline. People will be physically more healthy because 64.5% of Americans are obese. 4.4% of members of the armed services are obese. There is a huge discrepancy there. And with our mandatory military service, you will be able to be in the best physical shape of your life. So we find it inherency, and what we are doing here is we are trying to help the United States people and create a better world for a better country for ourselves. Our plan of action is, on January 1st, 2011, at the beginning of that year, 18-year-olds will have to serve 1 year of military service. This can be done between the ages of 18 and 25. And you must complete this year, or you'll be facing possible jail time. The consequences are the same as being a draft dodger back in the draft days. This is not a draft, though. This is not. We are not randomly selecting people to go enter this service. This is a service for everyone, because everyone needs to have an opportunity. Now, when you entered college, you may have noticed that you were in a different pool of people. in high school you had certain select groups and niches. Now, when you went to college, you met a much wider group of people. You met people from all over your state. Some international people and some people from out of state. In our mandatory military service, you'll be meeting people from all over our nation. Now, this is a good thing because what it does is it generates the ability to have different influences and different cultures meet up. And this is a good thing for people of all ages to understand how everyone is not the same, but everyone also has their similarities. Mandatory military service is a good thing for people in the United States. It has been tested throughout time, and it has been used in many other countries. Out of the top 5 economic nations in the world, 2 of them, Germany and China, have mandatory military service. These 2 have produced some of the best products in the world and can control much of the world's economy and economic needs. For these reasons, we believe that mandatory military service would be beneficial for people of the United States.